Hi guys, it's Drew. Today I want to talk about some of my favorite herbs. Now, as always, I encourage you to go out and do your own research and experiment. Work with herbs and figure out what they do for you. I'm going to give some information based off of my studies of herbal magic. As I've said before, I respect Scott Cunningham, so he is definitely represented in my research, but I have many other sources, including Anne Mora and Greer and many others who I don't even know the name of off the top of my head. It is also, of course, tainted by my own personal experiences with working with these herbs. There's my little disclaimer, so let's get to it. First is rosemary, and this is the absolute first herb that I would ever suggest to any newbie witch to work with. As any of you who have watched any of my videos from the past know, I have a pretty extensive collection of herbs that I work with, and I've taken many years to develop a rapport with them and build a sort of energetic relationship with them. So it's something that I feel pretty passionately about. I love herb craft, so I want to share. So I'll be doing different installments sharing my herbs with you guys. Rosemary is wonderful. It's super easy to grow if you were interested. It smells fantastic. You can use it, of course, in your cooking, whether you're a kitchen witch or not. Rosemary is the perfect substitution. In a pinch, it can take the place of almost any herb that you come across. So let's go over some of the properties. Protection, love, lust, mental powers, exorcism, purification, healing, sleep, moon magic, sea magic, banishing, blessing, the fae, courage, dream work, the she, strength, cleansing, and other world. So, like I said, it can do just about anything. It's so versatile, and it is one of my favorites. It is definitely a go-to in my herb craft. Then we have cinnamon. Another great one for any newbie witch. I would definitely recommend. Cinnamon sticks are very easy to acquire, and actually ground cinnamon is as well. And you can either grind it yourself with your mortar and pestle or an electric grinder, or you can buy it already ground up. I love both versions of cinnamon, ground and stick, and I use them in different applications, and sometimes I use both kinds in the same application. So cinnamon is great for spirituality, success, healing, power. It's an energy amp, expansion, psychic powers, lust, protection, love, and business. And for me, cinnamon's energy is seriously about, yes, an intense, powerful amplification and anything to do with sort of success and expansion. I could use cinnamon in pretty much any application just to sort of amp up what I've already got going on. I have never found cinnamon to not want to mix with other ingredients, energetically speaking. It goes with anything that I've personally ever tried it with, and that's going to be quite a bit of different herbs. Let's move on to ginger. The same thing that I said about cinnamon applies to ginger. It's great in both regular root form, which this is just broken up into little chunks, or in its ground form. And again, it is extremely easy to come across in the grocery store, what have you, both in its natural root form and in the powdered form. Ginger is great for love, money, success, power, exorcism, defensive magic, calling spirits, protection, healing, lust, psychic powers, return to sender, and drawing magic. And for me, it is very similar to cinnamon in that it sort of amps up anything that I'm doing as that success, that extra power. But I do take it to a little bit, I enjoy using it for what you could call darker purposes. Defensive magic, exorcism, protection, psychic powers even, things of that nature. And I definitely 100% always use both cinnamon and ginger when I'm trying to draw something to me. Next is mugwort. Now mugwort just sounds like a witchy herb. Ooh. Now you're not going to walk up into your grocery store and find mugwort. It's something that you're going to have to find at a sort of specialty shop or an online resource. It's kind of hard to see, but mugwort is kind of hairy and it can be difficult to work with. It sticks to itself. Now, of course, the difficulty of working with it is entirely dependent on what you're trying to do with it. Mugwort is great for strength, psychic abilities, protection, prophetic dreams, healing, astral projection, consecration, releasing, heightened awareness, warding. Got real dark goddess energy connections. Banishing, it's associated with Letha, and divination. You can make a mugwort tea, and it's traditional to wash your crystal ball, or black mirrors, or pendulums, or other divining, scrying instruments with mugwort tea or a mugwort solution before you begin to do any sort of reading. One of my all-time favorites is tonka beans. I adore tonka beans. They have the most wonderful fragrance. A friend of mine described it like black licorice, but I do not like black licorice, and I don't think it smells like that at all, but it smells fantastic. Another herb you're gonna have to dig around for, but tonka beans are great for love, money, courage, and wishes. I nearly always use them when I'm doing spells for money draw or prosperity, or even sort of a wish fulfillment kind of thing. They definitely have that energy. Magic beans, I love them. Let's talk Balm of Gilead. Now, I just love Balm of Gilead because it's so weird. To me, they look like little bug carcasses or something. They're so strange. And the first ones I ever had were really beautiful and sticky and just had all this resin on them. These are not that way at all. But they're like little pods. I really enjoy working with them. I think they have a really curious energy. I just kind of like weird herbal ingredients. I can't help it. The weirder the better. But I've tried to work many that are unusual or have really cool names that we just didn't energetically vibe. So definitely experiment and see what works for you. Balm of Gilead is great for love, manifestation, protection, and healing. And I definitely go with that love manifestation vibe with them for sure. I've never used them for protection, actually. They just don't, for me, it just doesn't, it probably would work. I just never been called to. It just doesn't have that sort of energy for me. Now we're going to talk Dantany of Crete. You can see this one big, beautiful one. I got that from a really good source. Most of these in here, they're really teeny little bitty ones, but this big one's furry, beautiful green. I absolutely adore the energy of Dantany of Crete. But I definitely prefer this higher quality one, of course. Although, unfortunately, I do not have much of the high quality left. I'll have to get some more at some point, but I'll work my way through this other. It's still good. It's Dantany of Crete. It has good energy. Dantany of Crete is great for manifestation, astral projection, divination, evocation, calling spirits, and psychic powers. And yeah, it definitely has that, especially this high quality, has that really sort of enveloping, deep, dark energy about it. And last but not least for today is yarrow. Yarrow is another one of my super go-to herbs. For me, yarrow has the elemental air energy about it. So anything that is associated with the element of air, I would definitely throw some yarrow in if I were doing spell work connected to it. Yarrow is great for courage, love, psychic powers, warding, defensive magic, dream work, exorcism, divination, happy marriage, protection, releasing, and guidance. And I automatically think about communication and guidance when I reach for yarrow. Something about the energy, like I said, is very air to me. So that's my spiel on some of my favorite herbs for today. I will be doing more installments, like I said, because I adore herbcraft. And I just want to share that with everybody. I want to thank my subscribers. I love you all so much. And let me know what kind of herbs you like working with. What's your favorite herb? I want to know. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Until next time, much love and gratitude.